At the twilight of Olusegun Mimiko's administration as the Ondo State Governor, the few Asaye Obaile Akure Airport and the Ijoka Road were a flagship project, but few years later, the former is still standing while the latter has crumbled. Residents in the Kenaland area have accused tipper drivers as the cause of the deplorable state of their road. Investigative reporter Alabade Yemi visited the communities to understand the depth of the rot. It will turn out, as claimed by one of the residents, Arabambi Oluwaseun, that the bad road is the least of the problems. He told the reporter, the quarry people at Ijigba's last bus stop have caused us so much pain. They have destroyed the landscape, spoiled our road and messed up our water. An investigation revealed that the site is a small-scale quarry operating under no specific name, and about 7 persons were cited working with crude implements without safety gear. A resident who pleaded anonymity described how one of the workers died at the site a couple of years ago. The quarry is located in a residential area, and the mining of laterite started after the area had been built up. This is in total contravention of the 2007 Nigerian Mineral and Mining Act, Chapter 1, Part 1, Section 3C of the Act exempts places occupied by any town, village, market, burial ground or cemetery ancestral, sacred or archaeological sites, appropriate for a railway or situated within 50 meters of a railway or 50 meters of any government or public building, reservoir, dam or public road. These activities have resulted in erosion, which has led to the destruction of houses in the area. Some house owners in the area have also abandoned their houses due to flooding and the destruction of the topography. Several residents of the area have lost their houses, church buildings, and shops to erosion. When DNN visited the site, a couple of children were seen working at the quarry. Even worse, they had no personal protective equipment. Having children work there, be it in good or bad conditions, is against the provisions of the Child Rights Act of 2003. The Child Rights Act states, after several visits, it was clear that children working at the site is not a one-off event, but regular. It's a regular occurrence to find children at the site cracking stones into gravel with small hammers. The ownership of the company has remained a secret as there's no signpost in and around the premises of the company to know who they are. This reporter attempted to find out the exact owners of the site and discovered that an individual known as Omo Jesun and some members of his family, who claim to be the rightful owners of the land in the area, are the ones operating on the site. Residents lament that they had been promised new roads to access the other end of the hills easily, but the miners began to dig everywhere until the time of report, no new path linking the other side has been created. The resultant erosion has led to the collapse of some buildings, and house owners have been forced to flee their homes. According to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, mining is under the exclusive list. This implies that the Federal Ministry of Mines and Solid Minerals regulates the activities of small and large-scale miners across Nigeria. However, it appears that the Ondo State Office of the Ministry is in cahoots with many of the artisanal miners of sand and laterite. On the 9th of November, the Ondo State Environmental Protection Agency, led by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Environment, Oyeniyi Useni, announced that the agency had uncovered illegal sand mines within Akure South and Akure North local governments. The agency described the level of degradation caused to the environment by the activities of the miners as alarming. A meeting was subsequently held between the Association of Sand Quarry Owners and Operators and the representatives of the agency, where the agency warned against the rampant destruction of the environment. But in a shocking twist, one engineer, Jide Akinleye, a federal mines officer, released a statement on behalf of the Ondo State Office of the Ministry, where he described the Ondo State Environmental Protection Agency as interlopers getting involved in undue interference in mines, which is an exclusive right of the federal government. In a swift reaction, the Ondo State Environmental Protection Agency claimed it is doing a legitimate job backed up by the Nigerian Mineral and Mine laws, while describing the Federal Ministry of Mines as a failure. A registered surveyor who wants his identity protected, who spoke to this reporter about the Ijigba quarry site, described the activities at the site as a cesspool of corruption. The whole thing is a scam. Those mining laterite and stones in that place are known friends of some person at the ministry. If you complain from today till tomorrow, nothing will happen. Attempts to speak to the Ondo State Commissioner for Environment were not successful. He did not receive his phone calls nor return the missed calls. However, the Special Assistant to the Governor on Environment responded to a message sent to him with, Whatever we are doing to regulate sand quarrying is based on those laws and regulations which empower the state government. As agencies of government at the state and federal levels continue to flex muscles for superiority, the Ijigba-Davao Road continues to crumble, the volume of erosion continues to increase, and the environment suffers more.